Hi, my name is Jonaya. I'm going to be doing a bunch of voices this time, including the narrator, Linera, Lank, Marvis, and Tagora.
Hi, I'm Tex, resident pirate. I'll be voicing Stelza, Wanshi, and Tyrona.
Hello, I'm Ubertum, and I'll be voicing Xefros and the weeaboo motherfucker, the bane of my existence, Tagiri.
And you all know who I am. You're on my channel. I'm Anna, aka Articulately Composed, and today I will be doing Joey, Tisius, Daria, and Branya. Would everyone just calm down?
We are calm. The only one pitching a fit here is Linera, as usual.
I am not pitching a fit. I'm trying to help Branya keep everyone in order.
Linera, stop. Really? Because what it sounds like is you're kicking up a mob to get me culled. I should have known the second we were out of the cave you'd try to get me thrown off the train, you backstabbing little bitch.
No one will have to throw anyone off the trains if you just tell us where the book is.
I don't have to say shit about shit. Daria, please, just tell us what happened to the book. If you say that you're innocent, I promise to believe you. But you have to say something. I'm not dignifying anything that comes out of that brown-noser's pathetic, ignorant gash.
Linera's ignorance of gashes is, as always, what's caused this entire mess.
What is that supposed to mean?
Lank, Daria, don't gang up on her. Why the fuck not? She's trying to get you to gang up on me. I didn't even want to come to this stupid field trip. Can't you see this is a set?
Everyone! Look.
Oh, don't mind us.
Now look what you've done.
That's it, I'm out. Don't talk to me unless you got something to say to my face this time. I wonder what that was all about.
It's better not to worry about it. Cloister's Jays are always like this.
Cloistered? Are they nuns? Is that why they're wearing Catholic school uniforms?
I don't know what the C word means, but yeah, they're supposed to be nuns when they grow up.
Wait, do both our planets have nuns? Are nuns a universal constant?
Wow, we found something in common. Does that mean you also have a cave full of children tending to trial pits and aiding in the mother grub breeding process?
No.
Oh, okay. I should probably let you know that there are teals in this car too, and teals are stereotypically as very law-abiding. So don't do anything illegal.
Weird. Well, we'll just mind our own business and keep going.
Wow, is that a male jade blood?
I'm sorry. Why are you talking to me?
I just thought we'd say hi.
Well, don't.
Okay, bye then, jerk.
She looks mad and stressed out, and talking to her is probably going to make that worse.
Typical.
You aren't sure how young jades join the cloisters. Maybe it depends on the jade. Everyone knows it was you, Daria. Just admit it, and this can all be over.
Eat nutritional excrement, ass kisser.
Branya, did you hear what she just called me?
Please, everyone, let's stay positive and try not to point fingers.
You aren't used to seeing this many jades in one place. That one has a knife. Cool.
Shh. I'm pretending to read while trying to eavesdrop.
Jade hierarchy isn't based on age, you're pretty sure. It's based on a rigorous set of examinations that young jades undergo as regulars.
It isn't the kind of posting you turn down.
I am very sorry that you had to witness that. It's fine. Do you want to talk about it? Absolutely not. Jades do not discuss internal politics with outsiders. Because, 1, it is our personal affair and we should not have rubbed everybody's proverbial noses in it. 2, I am trying very hard to have a pleasant holiday with my best friends. 3, no offense, but it's none of your business.
He looks like one of those dudes who sometimes tries to own you online. It's not that difficult, really.
A lone, mysterious bladesman watched the two lowbloods pass. They can feel his piercing gaze setting them up, assessing their weak spots with calculated ease.
Is that guy narrating what he's doing?
Let's just ignore him for now.
You don't know what the tealbloods' deal is, but she intimidates you.
I can't believe this.
What?
Can you believe this?
Whatever you say.
Darling, you weren't even listening to me.
She looks so tired. Tealbloods all work themselves to death, even though they really have no reason to.
Unless you want to take my cruelest bar exam for me, leave me alone.
You don't know him, but you feel like you've seen him before. Or maybe he's just such a manifestation of all the stereotypical teal attributes that it just feels that way.
My. An afternoon out with a flock of jadebloods is better than any episode of sterilization scrub operatics.
That will lead to the blue blood car. Shit.
Did someone lose a book? When I tried to wash my hands, this popped out of the moisturizer evaporation unit. It looks, very private.
Give that to me. This is it. It's the book in which the seductive anti-hero Badfin Luna becomes endowed with the forbidden curse of the Rainbow Drinker, featuring one long bright journey into the desert, 6 elaborate hurt comfort scenes, forbidden ideas about eternal use, 10 characters with beautiful hair, 1 death scene, 500 knowing glances, 2 sexy punch bowls filled with blood, 1 spicy meatball, 4 absolutely no clowns, literally so many corpses it might be offensive, the ever-present threat of reaching adulthood and ascending to space nondom, eggs, and 3 long makeout paragraphs and 2 love triangles in dangerously vacillating quadrants, otherwise known as Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Emotion Saga. Reading Fresh Teeth in the Load Gaper, Daraya. Really? That's perverse, even for you.
Would you just stuff fresh teeth up your nook already? This fighting isn't getting us anywhere.
I'll say, perhaps you could use some outside arbitration to resolve this conflict in an orderly, lawful, and objective fashion.
No offense, Stulse, but I'd rather stick a nutritional prong directly into my eye socket than get involved in this.
Darling, just think of it as a trial run for your cruelest bar exam. Never hurts to get more practice.
The fact that I don't fall for such cut-rate manipulation is why I'm pretty confident I'm gonna pass it just fine without.
You are determined at all times to be impossible.
Please, miss, I would like to try to keep this issue internal if you don't mind.
Try harder! Why are you fussing over some book anyway?
It's not just any book. The Rainbow Emotion Saga is a profane set of religious texts that our cloister has been charged with protecting. The fact that it left our cabin in the first place is a first-rate violation of Imperial law.
A violation of which law? Dear, please elaborate.
Oh no.
Nice job, boot breath.
Can I maybe just get another look at it before?
Why, so you can defile it more? Too bad. The thief already tore out all the naughty pages.
Linera.
We're going to be in so much trouble.
Not if Linera shuts a crusty trap, we won't.
No! I'm sick of this! As Jades, we have a duty to preserve the culture of Alternia and pass it on to the next generation. Branya understands the importance of this sacred calling. But the rest of you undermine her every step. Branya she's so kind and understanding. It would kill her to know the true depths of how much the lot of you despise our work.
Linera, I can speak for myself.
I know, Branya, but just this once, let me speak for you. If one must wear the crown, then they may need someone who can wield the whip. And I'm the whip.
Is everyone else hearing this?
Be quiet, Lank. I won't be bullied by you anymore. It stops now. Whoever defiled this divine artifact, step forward right now. Or this is gonna get... It's going to be very bad. That's a promise.
Yo, what's up, buddies? Hey, no need to stop on my account, diggy dogs. What's all of this noise I'm hearing about an important religious what's it?
Oh shit.
Well...
You really never know when to shut up.
It's nothing, sir. Just Jades being Jades. How may I help you this evening?
Help me? You think I need help?
Oh, no, not at all, sir. Just trying to extend a helping hand. As it were, didn't mean to cause offense.
No, it's cool, bud. I was just out for a stroll. It's easy to get bored on such a long trip, right? But it sounds like you buddies be gearing up for a real roll liquor of a trial here. Don't go and tell me you guys just boring like the other cars.
Of course we are, sir. I mean, of course we aren't. We're, not boring, that is.
Oh.
Use your words, Dolls.
What I meant to say is, we are currently in progress of setting up a tribunal on the spot to deal with this incident of thievery that's come to our notice. But we were at a loss without a high blood of your caliber to judge the pizzazz of the upcoming trial.
Excuse me?
Dear darling Tysius, why don't you tell him all about it?
Ah, yes, finally. Things are getting spicy. And where there's spice, there's people desperate enough to pay for a pinch of it.
Did you actually see what happened?
What a fascinating question. It's so fascinating, in fact, that I'm afraid the answer will only be revealed in an upcoming DLC expansion. Only 500 credits billed directly to your checking account. Just sign here on the dotted line.
We'll pass, thank you.
How unfortunate. Well, I'll still be here when you inevitably get stuck on the puzzle. Cheers. Sup, Joe? Nice to see your toothy mug again.
It's nice to see yours again, too. But I don't think we have time to stop and chat. Can we sneak by?
No can do, bud. You see, Tizzy's been chatting me up about heinous courtroom biz. Hey, Tiz, tell him about it, lol. Shit's fucking wild.
The long and short of it is that I want to begin a trial. A who stole the book courtroom drama. But instead of handling it in the traditional Alternian way, we test out my theory of defensive legislaceration, where the accused has their own legislacerator, a defense legislacerator, where his honorable tyranny is no mindless monster, but a judge, and where the accused is innocent until proven guilty.
Holy shit!
Zizi, no, sweetheart. You can't see these sort of things in front of these sorts of people. It's heretical and illegal.
Yeah. Shit's crazy.
Shit's crazy indeed.
That's why we need you, Joe.
See, the Jades accused Daria of stealing the book Fresh Teeth and then stashing it in the load gaper.
So we need a neutral third party to defend Daria, and you're the optimal choice.
What? You want me to be a lawyer? I didn't go to law school. Heck, I've barely been to high school.
Nah, bud, you don't need any fancy schooling. You're more than equipped just the way you are.
Really?
Wow.
Well, Zizi, I guess if even the most qualified among us isn't culling you on sight for your absurd ideas, then I suppose this is the thing that is happening. So, if the little low-blood darling right there is the defense, and Marvis is the honorable tyranny, then who in the world will be the so-called prosecution?
You, of course, since you're so eager to plead.
Oh, well, wait, I haven't agreed to this.
So, if you do this for me, I'll make sure you get through the rest of the train. Unmolested.
I can't argue with that, I guess. Maybe I'll really like being a defense lawyer.
That's the spirit. Come to me if you've got any questions about what to do. What's up?
Could you tell me more about defensive legislaceration? I don't know much about it.
Seriously? You've never watched, like, Law & Order Subject Later's Lop Ejaculatory Unit?
Well, maybe not from that particular spin-off.
Yikes. Alright. Well, first off, I think that you're under the impression that a legislacerator only manages the court block. But that isn't the case. They also have to find evidence, sniff out clues, and sneak out the guilty party.
Like a detective?
Sure, I don't know. It is only then that the legislacerator drags the suspect before his honorable tyranny and engages in a veritable battle of ancient law that can last for days. Until his honorable tyranny gets bored and vores the loser.
That sounds awful. No offense to your vocation or anything?
None taken. Unlike the defensive legislaceration process I'm proposing, where the trial is all about having a dialectic and finding the truth. A traditional legislacerator determines guilt right off the bat and commits to their initial impressions from the get-go, no matter what truths emerge in court. Guilt might as well be judged by the flip of a coin, if luck even mattered at all in these things.
You don't sound too happy about that for a teal.
Well, let's just say I've got a lot of qualms with the process. Despite the hip new defensive process, you'll basically be following in the steps of the leagues of legislacerator legends that came before you. First, you must take statements from all involved parties. Second, you must gather evidence and determine your timeline. Third, you must decide your plan of attack so you can defend Daria. And crush your opponent with no hesitation.
Isn't our opponent your maesprit?
Yep, that's what makes it all the more invigorating. Anyway, after you've scuttled around and interviewed everyone, and dug up all the evidence you can find, come back to me and I'll get his tyranny to start up the trial.
Hello again. A nice evening, isn't it?
Why are you in such a good mood when everyone else is freaking out?
Innocent troll with nothing to hide sleeps the sleep of the just. I've got a cup of tea, an absolutely devastating haircut, and a front row seat for what promises to be some especially juicy justice, free of charge. The only thing missing is snap kernels. You wouldn't happen to have any snap kernels, would you?
No.
Oh, pity. Anyway, the name's Tagora Gorjak, but you can call me Gorgor.
So, can you prove you weren't involved in this crime?
Cynicism and distrust, both of which I can respect. Of course I can prove it. I can prove anything, however far-fetched. But you'll need to pay my hourly billing rate, of course. Just sign here.
You want to charge me to prove you're innocent?
It's hard work being innocent. You want me to do it for free? How do you expect me to make any money?
Well, okay, but if you can't prove you're innocent, your name may come up at trial. And, you know, people get convicted for stuff they didn't do all the time. Don't you watch crime shows and stuff? Do you guys have those?
We have public call-ins every so often, if that's what you mean.
Maybe you're right. Okay, I'll prove my innocence for you free of charge.
I hope you're aware that I wouldn't extend this special offer to just anyone. I couldn't have done it. I was in the load gaper.
Oh, but wait, the book was found in the load gaper.
Indeed. But I promise you that the full hour I spent in there was devoted to nothing but the diligent evacuation of my internals.
Ew, but how do we know you're telling the truth? That's an awfully long time to be using the bathroom, isn't it?
To be honest, we members of the legislacerator profession are prone to load blockages and slow disgorgements.
Ugh, too much information.
The load gaper security video will show beyond a reasonable doubt that I was closeted with my bowels, and so no one near the scene of the outrage at the time it took place.
Aha! I don't see a tape in there.
What's tape?
Oh, right, your planet probably hasn't used tapes for hundreds of years. It's how we record videos. They're like a little black box with 2 spools of magnetic tape in them, and as it turns, it plays the video.
Wow, that's amazing! We just use grubs.
Grubs? Like insect grubs?
Yeah, they linked psychically to the CPU or something like that.
And this is just like a naturally occurring thing on your planet?
Well, in the old days we used to farm them, but natural-born memory grubs can only store terabytes of information maximum. Now they're cloned and grown in giant vats on some imperial ship on the galactic border.
So they're just slave bugs?
When you put it like that way, it sounds really sad.
Your planet has a lot of sad things, Xefros.
I know, but that's why the Tetrarch is going to change everything.
If you say so.
It looks like we're going to need something sharp and thin to pry the grub out.
Right, let's go see what we can find.
Hey, I know what it looks like. Boy, I had nothing to do with this. If I'd been the one to steal part of the infamous Rainbow Emotion Saga, I promise I would never have returned it. Actually, could we start that from the record?
How do you know so much about the book?
I have an interest in, salacious historical artifacts. I never thought I'd run into one here of all places. Usually, even professional prospective editors could only hope to touch a book like that one on the ugly end of a low-web rebellion.
Perspective editor?
Yes, it's a branch of historical methodology, where you help the government decide which historical documents are advantageous to the Empress, and which should be locked up or purged. Most people think it's boring work because you spend a lot of time reading old ledgers and requisition records. But you won't believe the things you learn about from the past from that stuff. Of course, there's the added benefit of being the only one who gets to see them at all.
Wait. Are you saying that you study these historical documents and then you just lie about what's in them?
Yes? Why else study history if not to control it? If you put history in the hands of the people, you end up with total anarchy. Just look at what's happened here.
Ugh.
I can't believe Tysius is making me do this. She's always getting into things with her crazy theories and her political thoughts.
She isn't really making you do this, though, is she? She told you to stay out of it, actually.
Yes, of course she told me to stay out of it. She always tells me to stay out of it, sweetie. I can't resist organizing the pathetic lives of trolls. It's so gosh darn addicting. The world is filled with inefficient management and regulatory malpractices and useless aesthetic bullshit journals with garish color combinations, and someone must do something about it. And who better to whip everyone into efficient machines of bureaucracy than Stelza Stasiad, auditor in training? Here's my card, darling. Ring it if you need my services.
Wow, thanks.
I don't think we'll ever need an auditor.
Hands that card right back then. I hate to waste neon pink card stock. It takes me hours to bedazzle them.
So you're not even a lawyer?
A what?
I mean, you're not even a legislacerator? How are you going to prosecute effectively?
I may not be interested in judicial law, but I'm certainly more equipped than the so-called defense to handle this case. Besides, I can't resist the large clown man with the expensive blowout. He might decide to redecorate if I decline this opportunity. By redecorate, I mean he will repaint the car with a fresh coat of teal.
Okay, well, I don't know. I still don't think anyone's forcing you to do this.
Pish posh, it's much too late now. I'm in it to win it, and I will crush the opposition under my impeccable troll Louis Vuitton. Patent stiletto heels, 4 seasons. I just wish I didn't have to play along with my dear Zizi's silly political fantasies.
Hey, so what's the deal with, you and Tisius?
Sweetheart, you need to treat me to a luncheon involving a glass of fermented purple sphere liquid and a nice grub cheese plate before tossing these implications around willy-nilly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I guess it was a stupid question anyway.
Despite any hot goss you might have heard on the down low, I assure you that Tisius and I have nothing but the reddest feelings for one another. In fact, there isn't a hint of grey or black in the mix whatsoever.
Huh?
I admit, we certainly have our professional differences. She just drives me up the wall sometimes, and she never schedules anything, and she won't let me give her a makeover, and she certainly doesn't appreciate the benefits of a good networking event. But trust me, dear, I deeply enjoy her company, and she really keeps me sane. I am amazed by all the knowledge she's got locked away in her ThinkPad, and how efficiently and pseudo-metaphorically slaughters her opponents at practice trials. And oh, she's so gorgeous, those deep-set eye bags are like a natural eyeliner-highlighter combo. And in the end, that's why I love her.
Wow, you two sure seem like great gal pals. Haha, bye! Can I ask you another question?
Hop to it, miss, we don't have all night.
What did you mean by silly political fantasies?
Oh, same old, my ZZ is a results-driven go-getter who thinks outside the box. It's an enviable skill set in certain legislacerator resource pools. She may give leadership a shake-up, but it's always for the betterment of the Empire, of course. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, her hard work is all for the sake of streamlining the process, but the way she tries to eliminate pain points tends to push the envelope.
I am above the petty drama of hysterical inaccuracies. I only care about facts and reason.
Sup, Joe? You hot for this or what?
Actually, I'm pretty nervous. I'm totally new to all this legislacerator stuff.
Don't freak out, buddy. I don't know if you do something wrong, because everybody participating in the trial will be encouraged to commit less odd acts just by witnessing the utilitarian of the means of punishment. No matter the outcome, it's a moral victory, buddy. The scut brat.
Wow, no wonder they picked you to be the judge. I hope I'll be able to convince you of whatever my case ends up being.
I'm sure you'll put on a hell of a show.
Branya, could we talk to you about what happened? Not if you expect me to betray my warts for the entertainment of a high-blood rapper. No, we want to help. We're going to help you all build up an unimpeachable defense. I really don't understand what you or that tealblood really think any of this is going to accomplish. Because, 1, nobody cares about the truth. 2, everyone knows nobody cares about the truth and will therefore never actually tell the truth. 3, I don't know you. We get that, we really do. I know you have no reason to trust us or Marvis. But we're all in this together now, right? Shouldn't we at least, I don't know, try? Yeah, I guess we should. So we can ask you stuff? Go ahead. You're in charge here, right? Well, I'm certainly not in charge of the Teals or that Highblood. But I am the highest-ranking Jade of my cloister, yes. Even though Lank likes to pretend he doesn't have to listen to me. So yes, go ahead and ask anything you'd like. Why were you so ready to convict Daria earlier? Everybody seemed really convinced it was her, or at least they seemed like they didn't care if she got falsely accused. It's political. There really isn't any point in trying to explain it to outsiders, so I'm not going to bother. But if you're asking me if I have any material proof that she did it, then no, I don't.
What are you doing out here? I thought the closest Jades weren't allowed to leave the cavern.
We aren't. The drones would strike us down if we were to abandon our duties to the Mother Grub. Except for one single event per sweep.
Jeevik Week?
Yes, obviously.
I'm sorry if this sounds ignorant, but why are you allowed out during Jeevik Week? Don't you have a really important job to do?
We do. And I suppose it's in contravention of hundreds of sweeps of tradition for us to leave before our ordeals. But it's the heiress's will, I guess? The heiress? Yes, maybe 3 or 4 sweeps ago, the heiress demanded even we be allowed to attend. The drones stand down and we are allowed to emerge from the caverns.
Isn't that potentially a big problem? Do some of you not run away from your duties? Sorry.
None of my Jades are so cowardly. This is merely a field trip. So, what exactly happened with the book Fresh Teeth? It's a whole mess. But the first problem is... 1. The book should not have been on the train in the first place. It is part of a banned series we keep in the Cloister Library for safety. 2. What you witnessed was only the back half of the drama. This has been going on all evening. The timeline is actually kind of complicated, so bear with me. Wanshi found the book about 20 minutes after the train left the station. I confiscated it and immediately put it in my locker. About 40 minutes after that, I realized someone had broken the lock and stolen the book. 20 minutes after that, we found the book again, but it had been defaced. A bunch of pages were ripped out. 3. I have absolutely no idea whoever did this. How whoever did this got the chance. The lockers are right there. It's not like we've had much to distract us. So, you have the book now? Yes, it's safe. Can we see it? Absolutely not! No one touches a single page of the Rainbow Emotion Saga until we get back to the caverns.
Oh, hi. I guess you want to talk about Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Emotion Saga. Hello?
Yeah, so you're the one who had it first?
Well, I didn't bring it onto the train, if that's what you're asking. I just found it. I'd never seen it before. I only knew the series by reputation.
Is it very well known?
Not exactly, but I know some of the others have definitely read it. It's about a Jadeblood who is thrown out of the caverns for impure dalliances with her fellow Jades, LOL. Then she becomes a rainbow drinker and has even more impure dalliances.
A rainbow drinker?
Oh, I guess you trolls who live on the surface have different myths. Legends have it. There are Jades who have cheated death by becoming rainbow drinkers. They say that the rainbow drinkers can live forever, and their eternal youth means that they never have to leave Alternia. But they must drink the blood of other trolls to survive. Oh well.
Oh, like a vampire.
Sure, if that's what you call it. But it's just all stories, of course. Rainbow drinkers aren't real.
So the book is just about vampires?
Well, there are rainbow drinkers in it, but I wouldn't say it's about them. It's more centered around the main character doing pretty much all the sacrileges it's possible to do, of which becoming a rainbow drinker is one. Like, there's this one iconic scene where she gets her...
Gee, that story sounds really exciting. But obviously you don't have the book, so we're going to go talk to some other people.
Gets her what in what?
Go away, I'm not a suspect.
Do we have to talk to her? She looks like she might knife us.
Do you mind giving us a statement?
Yes, I mind. I find it offensive that you think I have something to hide. Uriah is the culprit, plain and simple.
But Daria has no reason to steal anything, especially not something like a vampire book. Can you really imagine those kinds of fancy pants, curly haired Gary Oldman guys appealing to totally radical punk teens? Come on. And I don't think she's the type to stir up a scene for yucks, so what would she have to gain?
She would gain tingly feelings in areas we'd best not talk about. Jiraiya is a nasty pervert bitch. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Haven't you had enough already?
We want to know a little more about your friends, I guess. Can you even call them that?
We're cloister mates. I can assure you that there's no stronger connection in this world than between Jades and a cloister. Even though Wanchi is an irresponsible mess who reads too much deplorable literature. And Jiraiya's a nasty thief who never respects the rules. And Lank is a disgusting party boy slut who participates in degenerate activities. All these frictions are just trials to test our faith and commitment to our duty. I am so grateful to my cloister mates for providing me endless opportunities to prove my strength and loyalty. We have an unbreakable bond and tradition that binds us more closely than any quadrant.
It sounds like you guys love each other a lot.
Well, alright then. Why are you so passionate about this? You're making a big stink over it, and I don't understand why.
What do you mean? Justice must be called down upon Jiraiya.
Jiraiya is your cloister mate. Do you not care about her?
What matters most is what's best for the whole cloister.
How is going through a trial going to help your cloister?
Look, I am only doing this to help Branya. She is the shining star that lights our way in these dark caverns. It's about time there were some consequences for how they treat her.
Daria, could we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, whatever.
Did you do it?
Xefros, you can't just ask that.
Oh, why not?
Because she's our client. It's our job to believe that she's innocent. We can't ask her anything that would incriminate her.
Why?
You're considered innocent until someone proves you guilty.
Sounds fake, but whatever. I didn't do it, but Lanera thinks I want to fill pails with Branya, so she's not going to change her story. And that teal blood with an industrial metallic cylinder up her nook is going to believe whatever she thinks will make the clown happy.
Could we ask you some more questions?
Fine.
So, all the other Greenbloods, you're all family?
What?
I mean, you live together.
Oh, yeah. We all got chosen for Cloister when we were barely older than Wrigglers. We're the fucking special ones who get to take care of the mother grub in all its business cavern to grave. Not all Jades get chosen, but apparently we're the purest of the pure.
Wow.
Lol, right? One look at Lank and any theory anybody has for Cloister falls apart. That guy hatched, crawled right back into a bucket, and never came out.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, anyone who lives in the caverns is a steaming pile of garbage.
Can you not leave?
Who the fuck are you, kid?
I'm just very stupid.
Whatever. Yeah, we can't leave. Do you know what cloistered means? It means these assholes are the only trolls I'm gonna be able to see before I leave the planet. It's not like we can just sneak out and be killed by drones. Literally, the only fucking time we're allowed to leave that shithole is Jivik Week, and even that's new. You'd be bitter too.
Could we ask you some more questions?
Fine.
So, about Lanera.
What about her? She sucks. Not really anything else I can say. She wants to get me cold. She's absolutely convinced herself I'm trying to fuck Branya.
Are you?
Ugh, no. You think I'm trying to get with any of these losers I see literally every day? I've been down that road before, I'm over it.
So, this book that everyone's so worried about, Fresh Teeth? Ugh, it's so fucking stupid.
Fresh Teeth isn't even that dirty. I see way worse shit on the internet. It's like embarrassingly bad.
Wait, how do you know that?
Yeah, isn't it forbidden?
Please. It's usually just sitting there in the cloister library. I'm definitely not the only one who's looked through it, which is why this whole situation is stupid.
Can we ask you some questions for the trial?
Make it quick.
What do you think about this whole situation?
That Branya's naive if she thinks this is what it looks like on the surface. And that Linera could stand to get paled.
What is that supposed to mean?
My suggestion would be that you should talk to everyone here before making any snap judgments.
What is your take on the other Jades?
My take?
Yeah, you know, what do you feel about the rest of your, traveling companions?
Very little.
Wow, you're helpful.
Quite.
So, do you believe Daria did it?
You know, I just can't bring myself to care.
This is going nowhere.
Glad to be of help. None of the lower blood cars had lockers. Typical. They're lockers.
Hey, Branya, do you have the key to the lockers? We kind of need to get inside if we're going to do a thorough investigation. If I were a less diplomatic person with anything more than inoffensively neutral opinions, I might say that this is all fucking ridiculous. Branya's stuff.
Let's not burgle her a second time.
Wait, what's that? Oh my goodness, she has the missing pages with the naughty scenes in them?
She must have written that not to protect her cloister. Joey, wait, you aren't reading them, are you?
Shh. These aren't even that dirty. This must be Daria's.
Is something wrong, Joey?
She's just really cool. Oh, there's a bunch of nail files in here. Ouch, they're super sharp.
Yeah, some of them are sharp for extra long claws.
I don't think Daria would mind if I took one.
It's locked. When you try to pull it open, Xefros steps on something.
Oh no!
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Did you step on that thing?
Yeah, Joey, what do we do? These kits are really expensive and time-consuming to make. This is a disaster. There's no way we can fix without a proper tool.
It's okay, Xefros. Accidents happen. And it was pretty irresponsible of the owner to leave something so fragile on the floor like that. I'm sure they'll understand.
Understand? Rusties like me haven't called for less.
Wait.
Hmm?
Take another look. Here's the crack from where you stepped on it, but there's another one running in the opposite direction. It was already broken when you stepped on it. That's why it was on the floor. Someone else must have broken it and tried to ditch the evidence. They knew someone else would accidentally step on it and take the heat for their crime.
Wow, Joey, you sound just like a legislator already.
Do I?
Yeah.
I think I got a little carried away at the end there, actually. There's no way to prove all that stuff I said at the end. But I definitely don't think you're the one who broke it, Xefros, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hold on to this. It might turn out to be important. This bag is filled with participation trophies. Only Linera would be proud of winning Tidier of the Month this many times in a row.
Oh, she'd make a great low blood.
Wait, is this a boy band magazine?
Oh yeah, it's a HCD fan mag. They're huge right now. I can't get into their music though.
And Lanera has a ton of nail polish in here too. Wow, maybe she's more girly than I thought. This is just filled with Soldier Purvis books. Are they any good?
It's got a lot of fans, but I can never get into them.
Maybe I can read one after we get on the express track? Wait, is this just footage of people using the bathroom? Creepy.
Yeah, but nobody looks like grub like this, usually except for security drones.
Like the same robot things that blew up your hive?
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to this place.
Aha! Hand that oozy, sticky information repository wall over. Stop wriggling, you. Alright, plugging it in. Let's go straight to the time period during which the outrage was committed. Otherwise, we'll have to watch a succession of unpalatable episodes with maybe some unpalatable sounds as well. If you'll just sign here to waive your rights. Ah, here we are. Well, I admittedly was in the load gaper around the time your culprit must have stashed this dastardly book. My preoccupations were of a purely fecal matter. Alright. We begin with timestamp 1449. Voila. 48 minutes of what you might call Lotus Petritus Eruptus Immensus. Enjoy.
Oh,
Okay, I think that's enough. I believe you.
me too.
No. You'd both get failing grades in evidence class with those attitudes. Don't you need to be thorough and verify I'm innocent of crime?
Thanks, but
Yeah, you seem like a pretty honest guy.
Welcome back. Have you returned to see more of my Eruptus Immensus episode?
no, thanks. I'm satisfied.
Then perhaps you'd be interested in some other information at reasonable rates. Just sign here.
Not unless you can tell us who stole the book.
Of course I can.
What? How? Why didn't you tell us you knew that all along?
1, you didn't ask me. And more importantly, 2, you didn't pay me.
Well, tell us, please.
That's number 1. Congratulations, you're 50% of the way to learning this important information.
Oh, well, how much are you asking for?
Since we're basically best friends by now, I'll offer you this low price. 1 million credits.
Oh my god, that's so much money. Wait, Xefros, is that a lot of money?
Yeah. Actually, Alternia is an automated planet, and their empire's economy is centrally planned, so money mostly is just for fun and doesn't matter. Unless you're an adult and you want to buy yourself out of a job on one of the bad colonies. But I'll never make that money if I live to be 30 sweeps old.
If you have to take a moment to access your untaxed off-planet accounts, that's fine. I understand that lag in interstellar communications can be a real pain.
I'm sorry, Gorgor, but we can't pay your fee.
How unfortunate.
Can we convince you to help us out of a respect for justice and the knowledge that you'll be doing a good deed for an innocent person?
Absolutely not! However, if you have something other than money, that might make it worth my while.
Like what?
Have you, perhaps, anything that might draw eyes on the black market? Wait, what's that?
What, this? My magic spice mix?
Its scent is positively alluring. What exotic bounty lay inside, I wonder? Give me a magical little tube of spice, and I give you a magic little tube of info.
Okay, deal. I'm not sure what weird alien food I would have put it on anyway.
Wonderful. A pleasure doing business with you.
Now, what about that info?
Ah, right. Here you are.
What is this?
Tagiri's internet history.
Wait, you just have a printout of that ready to go? How? When?
That's not important. What is important is Tajiri has spent a not insubstantial amount of time on websites of questionable moral character. And far be it from me to criticize anyone's tastes, but several of these websites pertain to the precise contents of the Forbidden Jade book, causing all so much stress.
Wait, you know what Fresh Teeth is about?
Of course I do. It's only against Jade law to read it. But I'm not the TO on trial here. Tajiri frequents rainbow drinker sites on the regular.
Is that a website? I can't even read it, it's got so many X's in it.
Thanks for this, Gogor.
Yeah, thanks, Gorgor.
Anytime you want to trade culinary oddities for compelling evidence, do keep me in mind. Any other oddities you'd care to part with?
What do you think of these?
Right. Who discs you're handling so carelessly?
These? They're just pogs.
The creatures portrayed here are called pogs.
No, they're people, human beings.
This one is particularly comely. If their horns had only grown out normally and their skin been a healthier color, they would have given me a bona fide animus passendi.
Okay, that's Gillian Anderson.
Well, I think I might be willing to part with some information to obtain this portrayal of this poor, crippled, but admittedly attractive entity.
You'll tell us the name of the thief?
Alas, not even an image of the peerless Gillian Anderson can command such a price. However, I am in possession of a hot tip I can pass on.
So, what's the hot tip?
Okay, come close. I'm going to whisper this. One of the Jades in this very car is planning on leaving the cloister, and said scheme involves this outing.
Oh.
Oh.
So what?
If a Jade is abandoning the cloisters, that's...
Abandoning the natural and mandated role attending the mother grub in the sacred, dark, isolated subterranean brooding caverns.
Is that, like, a big deal?
Yeah, kind of. If a Jade gets chosen for the cloisters, they're supposed to stay there until they go off planet and to Space Church.
But what if they get tired of it or want to do something else?
You mean, why can't the lower caste throw off the tyrannical yoke of the unjust servitude and follow the innocent dictates of their hearts? Why must they stay enthralled to a venomous, anachronistic serfdom as murders as it's futile? That's how the Tetrarch would say it. And those are all good points, but I don't think it would be a good idea to her talking about them here.
Do you think this actually has anything to do with who stole the book?
I doubt it.
Darn.
Oh, what are those?
Batteries?
They look delicious.
They're not...
You've tried them?
No, but
Then how do you know?
do trolls eat batteries?
Really, but I don't know if it would really do him any harm. Teals and Up have pretty strong gastric sacs.
Are you willing to trade something for them?
I suppose.
So, what will you give me for these, totally delicious and not at all toxic little balls of nutrients?
Something of inestimable value. My advice.
About how to find out who really stole the book?
No, but something of the highest importance nonetheless. Now, just hand them over.
Well, okay, here you are. What's your advice?
Buy low, sell high. That was a joke. Anyway, confidentially, your adversary there, Tisius. Note the overtasked air of languid fatigue she protects, the impression of being a particularly narcoleptic sleepwalker. I'd even call her a walkie-talkie. She looks so inert and enervated, and like she can't or won't do anything. Don't be fooled. Check this out.
What is this? A binder of notes? It looks like a doctor wrote these. It's completely unreadable.
Indecipherable though her unorthodox thought processes may be, Tisius isn't nearly as droopy as she seems.
The moment the court comes into session, she'll leap to the attack like a lightning bolt with an irreconcilable grudge. Like a fireball after a good night's sleep, like a particularly truculent volcano or an earthquake that's been suppressing its feelings for years.
These are her notes? About the case? The only thing in here I can read is this sparkly green ink page of something. But nothing on it makes any sense. What does this have to do with the case?
You expect me to do all the work for you? I will have to demand an upfront payment of 10 trillion credits, as well as a legally binding commitment to a lifelong retainer. Sign here.
Maybe we oughta just hold on to these for now. The two plebeian ignores have finally come to integrate my vast intellect. Who are you again? Me? My blade has slain countless enemies. My name is whispered in fears amongst those who live in the shadows.
That's great. Wow, look at the time. We've really gotta go. Bye-bye.
Wait! Aren't you investigating that mysteriously stolen body light novel? I know of all sorts of illicit works, from banned text to cartoons censored by the East Altonian Black Bar Society. My dark knowledge knows limits.
Oh, jeez.
In fact, my biracial alpha male who fears no authority, such as myself, might even take an interest in collecting banned text. Don't you want to ask me about banned text? Please ask me about banned text. I don't think I want to. At least ask me about the daring theft, the break-in, the excitement, the bold hiding place. I know all sorts of forbidden secrets.
I don't want to talk to him anymore, but that was so suspicious.
I'm behind you on 100%.
Can we ask you some questions?
Of course you may, milady.
What exactly do you know about banned texts?
Just, you know, stuff. But what kind of stuff? A low blood can never understand.
How come you didn't speak up earlier?
It was a danger to my extremely important person. A high blood such as myself must behave as a hunter in all arenas of life. For me to reveal such an intimate secret before it was advantageous to do so, 'tis folly only prey animal would make.
If you say so. Branya?
Yes?
You keep saying you don't have any opinions on this, but it kind of really seems like you do.
Okay, truth be told, something like this has happened before in my cloister.
Really?
When I was much younger, there was another Jade I knew. She was a lot like Daria. Even the best of us waver in our faith at times, but she truly hated her calling. She wanted nothing to do with tending to the mother grub. And it was all because of that stupid book. She was obsessed with the Rainbow Emotion saga. It put a seed of blasphemous thoughts into her mind and consumed her. She would have done anything to change her life. She was even convinced she would become a rainbow drinker herself. But the drones took notice of her agitations eventually, and when they finally came for her, she threw herself violently against them, confident in her belief that nothing would stop her. But of course, it's just fiction. It's nonsense. She didn't rise again to walk the sparkling sun-drenched fields. She simply died. Wow. I'd never seen anyone die before, not up close. Branya, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine. As you can see, I've gotten over it. But that's why I'm so hard on Daria. If I can scare the rebellion out of her now, maybe she'll survive to her ordeals. Branya, that's really all I have to say. Keep your spirits up!
Gosh, this really is a briny conundrum of anaerobic fermentation process we have here. This is like in Soldier Beasts when...
Sorry, but we still have other people to talk to.
Okay. I'll tell you about the great battle of Captain Fang and Miss Messy Paws at Santa XII later then.
Sure, definitely.
I am so glad that Daria will finally face justice and stop getting between me and Branya.
Are you ready?
Yeah, whatever. I just want to get this over with and get cold already.
What?
So we were looking through the lockers and found this.
What is this? Oh, another wretched hatch to dance rag. Good grief. How many of these conversations do I need to have? Yes, I'm the first male Jade you've ever met. Just like Actius from the Dancing Boys band. Let's just get the interrogation fucking over with. Oh, I wondered if you were a myth. Are you special? Are there more of you in the cloister? How many of you are there? Do you all know each other? Can boys really take care of grubs? Can you get me Actius's autograph? Or should I just cut to the chase and give you my detailed paling diary of your sick fantasies?
What? What are you talking about? I just wanted you to know if you had any idea if this magazine was relevant to the case. This is awkward.
If you're answering a question about it, I am curious.
Xefros?
Oh, fuck off.
If it's all the same to you, I would rather not go understand. It's the job of a perspective editor to work behind the scenes to create the truth. Saying the truth. That's not really my thing.
But you've been honest with us so far. Wait, you have been honest, right?
That's the famous apostolian Jenna Geist once said. Truth is written by the last hybrid standing on the battlefield. From that perspective, no one here is qualified to tell the truth in the first place. Since we're all still alive.
Okay.
Looks like you two have been busy. Color me impressed.
Really? I was worried we weren't thorough enough.
Nope, you've done a great job. You found all the pieces and the puzzle has finally come together to make a coherent picture.
Wait, really?
What's the finished puzzle look like?
That's for me to know and for you to find out. But I'm sure you'll figure it out for yourselves during the trial.